Hey guys, what is up? Zero here, and welcome back to Fruits of the Literature Club, Chapter 5, Sayori Route. It is time. I think this might be the final part. Kind of feels like we're getting to the end of a route. Seems like we solved the main conflict, at least for now. So, let me just adjust my mic a bit. Alright. I think we are... I think we're
Wow,
getting to
so
the...
professional.
Shut up. I think we're getting to the end here. And yeah, last episode we got out of the forest with Sayori, not before Monica got attacked again. It's like, Jesus Christ, Monica cannot catch a break in Sayori's route. Like shit. But yeah, she got attacked again, and she had to, fight off a dude. Luckily, Julia saved her. And, MC was in the hospital and all that other jazz. But yeah, things were fine. So... now we were going to sleep at Sayori's going to be sleeping at our house, I guess, for more safety. I guess. I guess for safety reasons. I honestly just think it's because we're in a relationship with her. I mean, if we're talking about safety reasons, maybe she shouldn't be around me. I should be taken into, like, custody or something. Maybe in Julia's house or something. Like, if we're talking about actual safety.
Clearly there's trouble when you're around the MC.
Yeah, clearly we're not the safest person to be around, so pretty sure the only reason she's here is because lovey time. So, but suddenly we heard a noise. So, let's see what that noise is. It is time. What's that noise? My eyes are closed, my ears are very much open. I swear to God I heard a noise. Shuffling in the bed, I realize Sayori's not here. What? I didn't feel her leave. Shifting and sitting up in my bed, I look around the room. My bedroom door is open, but Sayori's isn't anywhere to be seen. How the heck do you not feel somebody move away from your bed? Sayori flew away.
It's probably so exhausted.
I was about to say, he probably wasn't like, man was knocked out. He was out cold. I silently get off my bed and move towards the door. The dark house remains completely silent and still, which gives me an eerie feeling that tingles up my back. Walking into the hallway and leaving my room, I look around listening for any noise or movement. The bathroom door opens and my head snaps to it. And Sayori walks out of it, giving me a sudden startle.
Oh, Zero, you're awake!
Yeah, I heard a noise.
Oh, that was me. I was using the bathroom.
I see. I let my guard down for a moment, and return to my bedroom and sit down onto the bed. Sayori follows me and sits down next to me, looking into my eyes with her sapphires that almost seem to glow in the dark.
You okay?
Yeah, just still recovering from everything. A sudden ache in my shoulder burns at me, so I attempt to rub and calm it.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little on edge too. It's all just so scary. But then I remember that I have you to protect me.
You're lucky I care for you. I reach over my good arm and gently pat Sayori's back. She giggles silently and then wraps her arms around me.
Thank you again, my hero.
Don't mention it. I pull her closer to me and she rests her head on my shoulder, still hugging me. Both sit down silently embracing each other until she yawns loudly. Sayori and I scoot back against the wall while sitting on the bed to make ourselves more comfortable. She continues resting her head on my shoulder until falling asleep silently. That's kind of cute, actually. It's slightly annoying since I'm not a bed for people to rest on, but I'll make an exception for her. Plus, it's kind of nice. Yeah, don't be an ass now, man. Come on. It's nice when people lay down on you. Don't be like that.
Yeah.
I give Sayori a few minutes to fall into a good depth of rest until I lie her down onto the bed. Her face squints for a second, but then eases back into a neutral face of someone in a peaceful rest. Lucky girl. I don't think I could fall asleep that easily after all that's happened. Keeping my voice down, I look around the room and take a second to reflect on everything for yet another time tonight. I may be battle-hardened, but that does not mean in any way I'm immune to stress. And normally I wouldn't be as affected if Sayori wasn't involved, so the sudden shock of everything welling up on me gives me an odd feeling. My mind runs through several possible scenarios and hypotheticals of what could have happened tonight. Each one plays through with a lot of detail that either raises or lowers my overall anxiety. The only rescue I have from the hell I'm experiencing right now is when Sayori shuffles in bed and rolls onto her side. It risks her from the inner depths of my conscious and brings it back to reality. None of what my mind was envisioning ever happened. Thank God. Might as well get some sleep. Too exhausted to keep up with this. So I under the blanket with Sayori, I lie my head down on my pillow and close my eyes. Well, that was a moment, I guess. I don't know what just happened there. We just woke up and then said, I love you, Sayori. And then we went back to sleep. That happened. Opening the door of the club, I walk into a familiar and warm atmosphere that I haven't visited for a while.
Zero, welcome back.
Monica walks over and greets me, smiling. Yo, Monica. How are you feeling?
I'm great. I'm also really glad you decided to come in today.
Yeah, it's been overdue for a couple of days now. I've been busy after school lately, so I never really had the time to come in.
I understand. Well, we're going to be started soon here. Find a seat and get comfortable.
Alright. Monica turns and walks towards her desk. As she walks, both Yuri and Natsuki appear out from behind her.
Look who's finally back. It took you long enough.
Yeah, it's not like I was busy rescuing your friend and making sure the rest of you are safe or anything.
Well, it's good to have you and her back. Not that that means I missed you two or something. Yes, it's good to have you and Sayori back, Zero. I believe all of us missed you dearly, especially after everything that's happened.
I guess it would be a lie if I said I didn't miss being here either. And I know Sayori missed you all extremely. I look past both of the girls and watch Sayori help Monica with something at her desk. She looks at me from across the room and waves.
Thank you for doing all you did for Sayori. I know you got hurt doing it, but again, thank you.
Yuri blushes and looks away.
Yeah, I heard you got really hurt. Are you okay? Not that I care or anything, it's just,
Okay, now so you gotta calm down with the tsundere. Now you're just spouting random tsundere lines.
I don't care about you or anything.
Yeah, I was like, you said it twice now, Natsuki. You do it once, that's fine. You do it twice, alright, you gotta calm down. If I see a third time, it's over. Natsuki stammers at her words for a second before I raise my hand up to stop her. I'm going to be okay. It's only been 3 days since that night, but I'm recovering quickly. That's good. Natsuki looks off to the side, worried for a moment. Even through her attitude, I could tell she has genuine concern about my health and well-being since the incident. I smirk and move my arms around to prove I still have mobility. I also heard you confronted some of the people who were bullying Sayori here at the school the other day. Oh yeah, I forgot about that subplot. I forgot that was a thing. That is correct.
That is very noble of you.
Yuri clasps her hands together and holds them to her chest, as if she was picturing herself in Sayori's shoes. Natsuki looks intrigued and pops her head up for a second, before looking away again.
Sayori's been very happy since she came back. And normally when you weren't around, she would be... Natsuki, how would you describe it?
Well, she's always bright when you're around, but before you actually started coming to school here, she was... Her brightness was dim. Natsuki makes quotes with her fingers. They're both referring to Sayori's depression, which has been hitting her hard recently until the kidnapping. Of course! Finally! We're gonna talk about this again? It took a back seat for a while. I'm glad he didn't fly out the window. He had his seatbelt on. Alright, come on, buddy. You can come in the front seat now. You're the main issue.
Her depression has been hitting her hard recently until the kidnapping. Until the kidnapping.
Has it been hitting her hard? She only showed a sign of depression in that one, I'm pretty sure in the one time we confessed to her. If I recall correctly.
Did you know that when you get kidnapped, your depression goes away?
That sounds like a good medical exam. The doctor should have told me that one. We'll talk about that later. But afterward, I expect her depression to worsen as a result of everything, because normally a person suffers from depression will amplify the emotions they feel. Exactly. Causing her mind to make them think they were the cause of what happened in general, thus making her depression worse. Exactly! But it didn't!
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
why?
What?
The game made maybe they'll explain, maybe. But I haven't seen Sayori like that at all lately. In fact, she's been especially bubbly and joyous. I don't know whether to be worried or happy. Better to just stay observant, just in case. Yeah, I guess lately she has been a lot happier. Which I would prefer to the alternative, don't you think? But the girl's not in agreement. Monica calls Yuri over to her, which she turns and shuffles away, leaving me and Natsuki at the front of the room. Natsuki looks at me hesitantly before finally speaking and breaking the somewhat awkward silence between us. Listen, I'll make this quick because I don't want you thinking I'm being too mushy or anything. But thank you for protecting my friend and getting her back to us safe and sound. You're a good friend and you're also a good boyfriend to her. I'm sorry for saying that you weren't. Natsuki looks away from me and seems hurt by her own words. I place a hand on her shoulder and look into her eyes so she can face me. I understand that at the time you were upset. It's natural for someone to throw blame around when something like this happens, even when they don't want to or realize that they are. I accept your apology, Natsuki. Not saying another word, she closes her eyes and gives me a hug. Huh? What the hell are you doing? She squeezes me for a second and then releases me. Don't get any weird ideas. I just want to say you were a good friend, and I guess a hug was a good way of expressing that. I see. Pat her on the head and gently, and she recoils. Don't mess up my hair! I was already messed up before I pat you. I chuckle devilishly to myself as she gently hits me on my good arm. Is it just me, or does the MC have more chemistry with Natsuki than he does with Sayori? Because I just realized something. I'm like, both of them don't like showing their emotions. Like, the MC is a tsundere. I've come to this conclusion. He's a Soon. The Fruits MC is a Soon. He really is. Like, anytime someone shows love or appreciation for him, he's all like, what are you doing? Get off me, woman. Yeah. But really, we all know he secretly cares about them and likes it. So he's a Soon. No wonder the Natsuki route's my favorite route. Because they're perfect for each other. They're both Soons. I don't know, I feel like with regular MC, I would say he works well. I would say I like him more with Monica. And even Fruits MC, in the beginning, I kind of liked him more with Monica. But the more I think about it, I feel like he fits more with Natsuki. Because they're both Soons. Yeah. I don't know, we'll see what happens. But like, he definitely has a tsundere-esque nature. I chuckle devilishly to myself. She gently hits me on my good arm. It's good to have you back, dummy. Natsuki smiles and walks back to her desk. Sayori looks over and then walks up to me. Hi, Zero! Yo, Sayori. How you doing? I'm doing fantastic today. I'm so glad you're back in the club. I never left. Just had to take care of some stuff with Julia for the last few days. Did everything go okay? Yep, and I have the time to spend here at the club. I take my hand and begin to ruffle her hair with it. And you. Stop! Sayori's blushing face helps relieve the unease I've been feeling today. It's only been 3 days since I arrived at the forest to save her. She's returned to staying at her house, and I'm still at mine. But lately I've been at the club since Julia and I have been having regular meetups to discuss additional information. So far, nothing really important has been uncovered, but it looks as if the majority of the group were involved are now in custody. And as a result of that, I haven't seen Sayori much these last few days outside of class. So I guess seeing her and being able to spend time with her here is a good thing. So, are you happy to be back? Of course. Why wouldn't I be? Yeah, I don't know. To be honest, I'm only glad to be here back at the literature club. Word does go around the school, so new people know I had a hand in bringing Sayori back. To what extent still is a mystery to me. Which gives me notoriety I don't really desire. Some other guys in my English class kept asking me questions about it. Didn't even offer much response to them. It slightly pisses me off that some people want into my business like it's their own. But I guess it's just as easy to ignore them or blindside them with something different. After a day or so, though, everything calmed down. Sawyer grabs onto my arm and gently pulls me to the other girls. Come on! Let's start the club already and we can all have fun! And the girls smile and get into their seats. The club went as normal. We all talked about different kinds of literature and poems and joked about Sayori misunderstanding a word. Yuri and Natsuki tried their best to get Sayori and I talk about the cool things they did to save her. But thankfully, Sarah understands that it is best we both stay quiet about what happened. She just kept her normal bubbly face on and said something really corny like,
He was my hero!
in which the other girls would all and look directly at me. Not going to lie, it felt a little weird to be put in that position, and I hope to God it's the last time they look at me and do that. But after each of us read poems to each other, I take a slip of paper out of my pocket and place it onto the desk in front of me. Each of the girls look at me in bewilderment as I've just pulled a bar of gold out of my pocket.
You wrote a poem?
Of course I did. You did say that we're gonna read poems today, right?
Yeah, because of what happened, I didn't really expect you to bring one in.
Surprise!
I can't wait to read it! It's been a while since I've read one of your poems. I'm interested.
Well, it can't be better than mine, so let's see. Where this road has brought me. The road ahead of me was paved with dirt and gravel, meandering through the bumps and gaps from my daily tribulations. But something changed along the way, and the dirt turned to grass. The rocks turned to flowers. I attempted to deny this false pretense my mind beheld, but for some reason I didn't question it. I kept going. The clouds overhead dissipated, and the sun shone down on me once more. It feels as if it was forever since I last saw it. But the road ahead has a stop in it. As I approached it, I saw her, the true embodiment of everything I was missing as a person. The closer I got, the more scared I became. The better I felt. She sat down in a patch of grass, smiling at the world. When she saw me, and I saw her, it all changed. Instead of turning away and scoffing like my past, she took my hands into hers and made the road ahead a road worth traveling. She's by my side now, walking the same road. How things ended up this way, I'll never know. But one thing I do know is where this road has brought me. Well, there you go. Good job. See, I told you guys I was a good poet. None of y'all believe me. I never knew Batman could write poems either, but you know, that's what happens when you're a millionaire. He's got people who you can hire for that shit.
He's not Batman.
Shut it, you.
He's never Batman. He never will be Batman. The meme's dead.
He never will be Batman. I don't know. He said a pretty Batman-esque line last episode, for some people pointed out. He was like, the night isn't over yet.
No.
The night isn't over yet, Alfred.
He's not Batman. He's Snake.
No, he's not Snake. I'll give him Batman. He's not Snake.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, I'm not giving him Snake. Snake's too much of a badass. He can be Batman. He can't be Big Boss. No one can be Big Boss.
Oh yes, the ultimate badass. The one who hides in the cardboard box.
He is, because he can make a cardboard box look badass! He can kick your ass using a cardboard box. If that's not badass, I don't know what is. Man can literally use anything and kick your ass.
It's funny.
He's a badass. No one can be as good as Big Boss. Each of the girls look stunned except for Sayori. She looks off to the side, trying to hide her face, which is red as a cherry right now.
Amazing! You did a very good job with the language, Zero. Whoa. Thank you, Zero.
Sayori scoots her chair closer to me and wraps her arms around me. Well, you're welcome. I'm glad you all liked it. I fold the paper back up and hand it to Sayori, who takes it and holds it against her chest.
I love it so much. It's a Zero poem about me. Okay, everyone. I think that's going to be a good place to leave it for today.
Natsuki and Yuri turn away and start to pack up their things. Monica looks at me and gives me a sneaky wink and looks at Sayori. Sayori looks back at me and I can already predict what she's going to say.
Zero, can we...
Yes, we can walk home together.
Yay!
Monica gets up and starts to pack up her stuff as well. Sayori already seems to have gotten everything ready to leave. I grab my backpack and sling one of the straps over my good shoulder and start toward the door with her. As she and I leave the room, she grasps my hand with hers and stays close to me. We both meet our old spot and split up.
Hey, Zero.
Hmm?
Do you want to hang out later?
I don't see why not. I just gotta go get something for Julia and then I'll head over.
Okay.
Sayori beams and gives me a hug. Before I can retaliate, she lets go and trots off towards her house. I watch her as she goes and then walk to my house. I toss my backpack on one of my couches and grab a small manila envelope that was placed neatly on a small coffee table in the middle of my living room. It's labeled 0 with familiar neat handwriting from a specific brunette I know. Take a seat onto the couch and open the envelope and examine the contents. Inside are several files and documents about the people who were detained and killed the night I brought Sayori back. Initially, there isn't anything that's useful, but you can never really just tell if something's useful at its first glance. It actually taught me to look for outliers such as age, race, occupation, or finances. The ages of the people involved are scattered across the board, so there's little I can gather from that other than the operating group not discriminating against age. They'll take whoever they want in their ranks. The races, too, are also mixed, which is odd since a lot of crime syndicates are predominantly Caucasian, Hispanic, or African American. So this group, once again, will take anyone in their ranks, which doesn't necessarily seem to strike me as an organized crime sort of deal. Occupations don't tell me anything useful at all, and neither do finances. So our overall conclusion is that these people were hired to do the things they do, but by who? We don't know. And police interrogations don't tell us anything useful either. Scowling to myself, I put the documents back into the envelope and slide it into my couch seats as a temporary stash. My phone dings and it's a text message from Sayori.
Hey, I'm gonna take a shower and clean up a bit before you come over. Sorry if I take a bit.
Sayori says me one of her usual emoticons, and I just offer an acknowledgement and put my phone back in my pocket. Leaning back into the couch, I wait for Julia to give me a call so we can discuss a few things. And it isn't long before she arrives at my door and invites herself in. I return the envelope to Julia, and we conclude that until one of the people in custody breaks about their boss, nothing else provided is going to be useful. With an irritated sigh, I accept it and follow Julia outside. And outside, Julia and I continue to talk in her car for longer than I really expected, or wanted us to. She gave me the normal run around that no one should know of how much involvement I had in the situation. And if possible, deny any involvement completely. It's customary for agents of the company to not exist when things like this happen. Which I am more in tune with, since I'm easily able to work in the shadows and disappear just as quickly as I appeared. When we finish our talk, the sun has started to go down and the night creeps up. Closing the door behind me, grab a quick glass of water and down it from the faucet. I still haven't heard anything from Sayori since she messaged me earlier. A small twinge of uncertainty starts to envelop me and makes me feel like I should go check on her. I mean, I am done with Julia anyway. Putting the glass away in the cupboard, I exit the front door and start walking to Sayori's house. She's probably fine. I know it takes me forever to take a shower. Walking into her house, all the lights downstairs are off. Oh, see, it's a small power surge.
No.
It takes a second for my eyes to adjust, but something just feels off.
Great.
To be safe, I decide not to call off her and just go to her room. Quietly skulking up the stairs, I finally reach Sayori's bedroom. The door is closed and the light inside is on. I press my index and middle fingers against the top of the doorknob. It's cold, so no one has touched it recently. Sayori said she was going to take a shower earlier, so I quietly turn and head to her bathroom. Inside, I notice there's some humidity still lurking in there and a damp towel, but no Sayori. So she must be in her room. But that's odd. She isn't making any noise or movement at all. I return to her door and I swallow what saliva I have in my mouth, and I gently open the door. We should just open doors like normal people. Oh my god! It's other MC! Where's that guy?
Who's this?
Is that... Oh, it's Kagan! That's who that is!
Oh my god, why?
At first I was like, is that Exit Music MC? I was like, holy shit, he's crossed mods!
Kagan, why do you have a gun?
Kagan, why do you have a gun? And why were you waiting for me for so long?
He's like to say everything.
He'll show up eventually. Like, what the fuck, Kagan? What the hell? The sight before me nearly freezes me in my tracks. Kagan's holding Sayori against his chest, an arm wrapped around her waist and the other's pointing a gun at her head. My blood instantly turns cold and he looks into my eyes. Finally! Jesus Christ, you take so long to check up on your— He was waiting for us! Kagan, you fucking creep!
This is such a bad villain. Get out of here.
He's such a bad villain!
He's terrible.
Sayori, what does he do now? Sayori sobs helplessly, trying to pry his arms away from her. Oh, come on, sweetheart. You can say it. Get your hands off of her, Kagan. Keeping my voice calm, I try to rationalize the situation, assess what exactly is going on and how to counter it. Kagan's appearance is disheveled, like he was under a lot of stress and finally snapped. But his eyes look calm and cold, as if this was planned. He has a couple of scratches on his arms, no doubt from Sayori trying to get out of his chokehold. He holds what looks to be a generic 9mm handgun, his finger already on the trigger ready to fire. No, I don't think I will. You don't control what happens anymore. I do. Kagan, if you hurt her, I swear to God I'll make sure you suffer a fate worse than death. At this point, what are you going to do? I have the gun, and I'll do what I want with it. I don't offer a response and just slowly pace to the left side of the room. Kagan shifts him and Sayori so they're constantly facing me head on.
What's wrong with you?
I can't get an angle on either of them. I want you to stay back against that wall right there. He nods to the wall that has Sayori's calendar posted on it. And I slowly comply and get close to the wall. Sayori makes eye contact with me, tears trailing down her panicked face. Immense anger taking over me, I try my best to remain calm and collected. The gun that Kagan holds doesn't look like it has a modified trigger system, so if I can figure out what type of handgun he has, I can determine the pressure needed to discharge a round. I can't risk doing anything if it would mean Sayori gets hurt. Damn it, what do I do? I raise both of my hands outwards around my waist to show Kagan I do not have anything in my hands. You're about to make me get to a choice, aren't you? You think that's why I'm doing this. I was trained to do this to show that I'm not much of a threat to the aggressor as he is to me. It almost makes them feel like they're in more control of the situation. Why are you here, Kagan? What does it look like? It looks like you're just setting yourself up for failure here. Failure? Failure? I've already won, Zero. Won what exactly? Ever since you came here, you've ruined everything I've had planned. Planned? So you mean everything was planned to circumvent you? If you had not shown up that night, I looked through Sayori's bedroom window, none of this would have happened. You got involved in something you really shouldn't have. You're the reason all this happened.
You were a pervert, though. You were peeping on her.
Someone like you shouldn't be around girls like Sayori. She's sweet, caring, and trusting. But you have the eyes of a killer, the demeanor of a man who knows only to harm and not heal. You were better off a loner in school, minding to yourself or remaining the weirdo they initially thought you were. So you mean to say because I stopped your perverted peep session, you caused everything to happen? For lack of better terms, yes. So the kidnapping was planned by you? Kind of, yeah. People do almost anything if you promise them what they want. So you purposely hurt the girl you desired? Sometimes you have to do what's necessary to justify your means. Kagan, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Alright, clearly he's insane, but also... Alright. You're a smart guy. You understand this, I don't see how hurting an innocent girl when your problems are with me would justify any of the atrocities you've committed. You paid people to bully Sayori so you could stand up against them and protect her. Guilty as charged, but that's nothing compared to what you have done, Zero. In the last 24 hours, how many people have you killed? Oh yeah, I know. I was the one organizing all of it, dumbass! Surprise! You son of a bitch. Oh, getting a little mean now, eh? How could you put Sayori through all of this? You've caused too much trouble for me to just let this go. People at school talk about how much of a hero you are, about how you saved Sayori from hell, and you were her angel. God, that should have been me. Let me guess. You planned to save Sayori from the kidnappers just like you originally planned with the bullies. Now you're catching on. It's easy to win a girl's heart over if you save her what? What? Stockily? Stokily?
No.
Stoically. It's stoically. I like how you said no like you knew. Nice try, Monica.
I want to say something. So, like, this entire time, I thought it was just the mod. There's been no sound. So all of this is silence.
Oh, you can't hear the music.
No.
There you go.
Oh, there it is. Alright.
There you go. Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, back to... Yo, the bird can get him right now! Get him, bird!
Get him, Mr. Bird.
It's easy to wear a girl's heart over if you save her stoically. And it was going swimmingly until you showed up and ruined it all! Sorry to rain your parade there, Kagan. Shut the fuck up! I don't want to hear your smart-ass mouth right now! Please, Kagan. Shut up, Sayori! I'm a little busy dealing with a cockroach that's been bothering me. He presses the barrel of the gun to Sayori's temple and my stress immediately skyrockets. So you decided that after I ruined all of your plans, you were just gonna pull a stunt like this? What exactly do you think something as genius as this will accomplish in the end? Get on your knees and beg me to keep Sayori alive. Oh please, Mr. Gunman, please don't hurt my girlfriend. And make a mocking tone in my voice and do slight jazz hands that insult to injury. Do you think I'm joking? At this point, I just want you dead. With you gone, my life will be so much easier. The same could be said about you. Yeah, could you just shoot me? I bow to no man, especially one of my girlfriend held hostage. This isn't a request. This is a demand. Presses the barrel against Sayori's head again. Damn it. That'll loosen his confidence a bit. I need to decide what to do. Fast. I could comply with his demands. I have my handgun, just holstering the small of my back around my waist, and I could go for it. You're gonna make me choose that, aren't you?
Yeah, he's gonna choose.
Why would I go for my handgun? He could just shoot. Going for your handgun when they already have a hostage is the worst thing to do.
I should shoot him. Wait.
Going for the handgun is obviously the dumbest one to do. Just comply. I decided to lower to my knees and keep my hands raised. Kagan, you have no reason to bring her into this. Let her go. You and I can handle this man to man. Tempting, but no. Now do as I told you. Beg for Sayori's life. Sayori makes eye contact with me, tears still dripping from down her cheeks. She shakes her head and looks away. Kagan, please let Sayori go. She's innocent in all of this, and she doesn't deserve to be put through this. How you could even bring yourself to harm her is something I can't fathom. But again, your problem is with me. Your focus is on me, Kagan. Please, leave her out of this. Is that the best you can do? That's all you can say you think will save your girlfriend? I'm not used to pleading for others' lives, as you can tell. So, excuse me if I'm not a petty little prick like you. You have a lot of nerve saying that. And you have a lot of nerve being within a mile of my girlfriend after you attempted to peek at her like a pervert you are. And as I said then, you're lucky that I didn't just slaughter you right then and there. Looking back, I really should've. It's quite alright, everyone makes mistakes. Your mother just happened to not correct the one she made. Joke's on you, asshole. I never knew my mom. I never had to beg for someone for attention like you have. Your mother! King lifts his arm to hold Sayori's waist and jerks it up so now it's Sayori by her neck. He tightens his grip and gently chokes Sayori. I try to stand up, but he presses the barrel against her head again. Sayori's tear-filled eyes close and squint. My blood begins to boil as I watch helplessly. Sayori's still able to breathe, but not much. He's putting her through copious amounts of stress just to get me to break. Kagan, let her go and fight me like a man. There's no honor in this. Honor? Do they give a shit about honor? I copped a look at Sayori naked, and you're over here talking about honor? I thought that maybe since you wanted to kill me, you actually put yourself to a challenge. You want me dead, right? You can shoot me right here and right now, and that might feel good. How good would it feel if you give me a chance to fight back and still kill me? King's face purses and he looks off to the side for a second while loosening his grip on Sayori's neck. Not a bad suggestion. Not bad at all. He takes a minute to fall silent and evidently thinks. I make eye contact with Sayori and nod my head at her. Desperately trying something to help calm her down. She doesn't move her head much and just hangs it lowly. No, I think I'll be fine with how things are right now. You being dead will satisfy me no matter if you fight back or not. Well, time to die. Kagan places the gun on my head, then smiles. Is this how I die? I thought I could do better than just spout some sarcastic bullshit at him. Especially if he has my girlfriend hostage. She'll be disappointed in me. After taking one final look in Sayori's eyes, I close my own and bow my head. I'm sorry I failed you, Sayori. You deserve so much better than this. Oh, what the hell? All of a sudden, you hear Kagan scream out in pain. Opening my eyes, he said, I was about to say that she's gonna bite him, isn't she? I knew it. I knew she was gonna bite him. Opening my eyes, see Sayori biting down on the arm that Kagan uses to hold her. She manages to get a good grip, too. Kagan's violently shaking his arm to get her off. This is my chance! Using my right knee, which is planted on the ground, I take my left foot and use it to shoot me forward. Kagan's eyes widen as he sees the Grim Reaper charging toward him. I wrap my hand around Kagan's right wrist, which is holding the gun. Using my other hand, I reach in between him and Sayori and pull Sayori away. Next, I grab one on the top of his head, grip some hair, and push him back into the window. God, get off me! We both stand there for a moment, my left hand still focusing on the gun in his hand. My right still pressing his head against the window. He starts to swing back, hitting me in the face a few times, but failing to loosen my iron grip on him. I'm not letting you get away, Kagan. I told you, if you bring her into this, you'll suffer. I'm not a dog, I'm a lion. You've entered my pen. That's corny. He swings once more and makes contact with my right temple, temporarily stunning me. My grip on his doesn't loosen. You and your bitch of a girlfriend are going to pay for this! You can call me a bitch, but you will not call her one! I pull his head toward me with the hand that was gripping his hair and slam it back onto the window. The window breaks under the pressure and glass shatters everywhere. Gah!
Zero!
Sayori screams my name as Kagan manages to point the gun at me. I pivot my hip and shove my knee in right into where his ribcage meets his right side. Out of reflex, he starts coughing and drops the gun.
My gun!
He lifts his head up back from outside the window and practically growls at me. But I take the hand that's holding his head and slam it back down against the shattered glass rim of the window. Kagan screams in agony, and I can feel the razor-sharp glass shards tear into the back of his skull.
Oh no!
The scraping of the glass against his sculpt sends a very chilling and disturbing sound into my ears. I've heard worse. Much worse. This is nothing to me. I am Shadow. Shadow the Hedgehog! I'm sorry, sometimes it's hard not to. Kagan continues to fight back, causing me to slam his head repeatedly under the rim of the window.
Zero! Watch out!
Out of the corner of my eye, I see a bloody hand with a sharp shard of glass swing toward my throat. I duck my head just in time as a sharp piece of glass makes contact with my arm. God damn it, Kagan! Fuck yourself! I presses the glass deeper into my arm and twists it around, sending intense searing pain through my arm.
Go on the window.
I repeatedly start to slam his head against the jagged glass of the window again and again until his head lets go of the glass in my arm. His breathing slows and his body goes limp. I release my grip on him and stand up, leave him slumped at the window. You're a monster. I'm only protecting someone I care about. Anyone else would have done the same, Kagan. There's no response. His breathing has stopped. His lifeless body slides down the wall and onto the floor. Breathing heavily, I look over to Sayori as she runs to my side.
Zero! Are you alright?
I'm fine, just a small flesh wound. What about you? How's your neck?
It's okay, just a little sore.
I want you to call 911 and get the paramedics here.
Shouldn't we remove the sharp glass in your arm first?
No, that isn't a good idea. If you remove it, it'll tear through more muscle on the way out and cause me to bleed even more.
Gross! I'm sorry.
It's fine. Sarah retrieves her phone and begins to call for help. Well, there we go. See, I knew that was the right option, because I was about to say, if the gun option's the right option, I'm gonna really have some issues.
Now you have to pick the gun option.
No, I'm not doing that. People have to look for that themselves. I'm not going through all that again just to look at the gun option.
I want to see.
This is 40 minutes already! We're not done!
Oh.
When you have to protect someone that you love, you'll stop at nothing to assure their safety. You go to lengths you thought you wouldn't ever be able to go. And all you will want is just to see their smile again. An important woman told me that once, and I never understood it until now. So, it was that kid all along? Correct. He was behind all of it. He planned it from the start since I stopped him from peeping on Sayori. Well, if we've confirmed he was behind the entire kidnapping incident, then I can fabricate a story regarding his death and we can move on. It should be reported by the media tomorrow morning. Thank you, Julia. Don't mention it. You did very well this last week. Not a fact? Now don't start getting too cocky. Just made me think of a conversation I had with Ashley a while ago. I'm curious. Don't worry about it. We just talked behind your back like we usually did. Oh, she and I did that with you too. Huh? You did not! One thing about you that we agreed on was that we could both rely on you when we needed you. I know I give you a hard time, but you are someone I can come to rely on. Shit, don't start getting sappy with me. It's kind of disturbing coming from you. We can go back to talking about what I found in your drawer when I was younger. No! Alright then. I'm gonna be going now. You get inside and get some rest. And for the love of God, can I please go a few days without hearing that you've gotten into more trouble? Oh, about that. What is it now? Sayori's pregnant. Are you serious? No. Oh my god, the look on your face. I officially hate you. Good night, Jules. Night. Julia walks to her car, and I walk back inside. I lie back onto my bed and close my eyes for a second, the light overhead somewhat blinding me. It's over. It's all over. Thank God. I turn my head to look at a sleeping Sayori that's cuddled up in my blanket. She looks so relaxed and comfortable. Despite everything that happened, that joy she emanates never fades. That is what I love about her. I guess I should probably follow her lead. I'm pretty exhausted as well. Heaving a quiet sigh as I get up, walk over to my door and turn off the light. I lie down next to Sayori under the blanket and rest my head against my pillow. Almost as if it was instinct, Sayori rolls over and wraps her arm around me. Smiling, I lean down gently and kiss her forehead. See? And you wanted to look at the other ending. We're still not done! My schedule for mods? I've been looking at it. It's been piling up. I gotta do Yuri route. I gotta play Summer Hope. Longer Roads is coming out soon. And I still have to finish Interview Club. You people think I forgot about all those. I didn't.
Hurry! It's getting cloudy already!
Give me a damn second, woman. I just got back from your therapy. Oh, finally we're helping her! Also, sorry, Depression. I know I said you were a front seat now. You really weren't. You are now, I guess. Due to Sayori's depression, I've convinced her to see a professional therapist so we can start the steps of helping her depression. I forgot she even had it! Well, again, we'll talk about that later, when this ends. At first, she was worried about the cost, but thanks to everything I've saved up so far from work, payment's not a problem. Sayori trots over onto the balcony.
Look at the sky. It's so pretty out today.
If you say so.
It should rain soon, too.
Yep, we should get a good drizzle today. Take a seat onto my chair and look out of my balcony. Clouds are indeed rolling in, as predicted by media. The blue sky barely begins to form a gray aura that grayscales the land. Sayori walks over to me, smiles, and sits down onto my lap. I wrap an arm around her and hold her close. She giggles and leans back onto my chest, holding the book we're planning on reading together. Oh, so canonically that's how the MC looks. He looks like the MC. What the twist, Zero?
Wow, the MC looks like VMC.
the DDLC MC.
Yeah.
So that means in that one thumbnail where I used the MC to represent him, I was right. She giggles and leans back onto my chest, holding the book we're planning on reading together.
Thank you for everything, my hero.
I should be thanking you. You saved my life that night by attacking Kagan.
Well, if I didn't do anything, you were going to die, and so was I. I did what came natural to me. I fought my best to protect you, Zero.
And that's what I was saying. That's what I liked. There you go. Fucking bite his ass. Do something.
Yeah.
It's because I love you.
You're still having a hard time saying it, aren't you?
Don't say it that way. It's just something I never said to anyone but my parents before.
Well, you probably have easier time saying it than I do. But I love you too, Sayori.
He.
The verses just sit there and enjoy us being close. But then she cracks open the book and urges me to read. We start to read until the clouds form more and more into the sky. Sayori said she always wanted to sit outside and watch the rain with me sometime. To be honest, I don't know how much time I even have left around here. Now I have the opportunity, and I plan to enjoy every moment of it. In life, you'll always win some and lose some. Take the experience from that and use it to better your future. There we go! Credits! We finally made it! Look, there's Natsuki. We finally made it. Oh god, it was long. Yeah, that was good. I liked it. Look, it's Erd!
Look, it's Erd! Aw.
I haven't heard from Erd in a while. I was expecting to see him there when I saw that. Ah. So, let's talk about my full opinion. There's Natsuki again, because she helped make the music. The piano parts. So, that was nice. And everything. I enjoyed it. Maybe I'll show you guys the alternate thing for what happens when you shoot Sayori. When you shoot Kagan. Maybe I'll show that in the beginning of Yuri's route, probably. I'll probably show that. But right now, the video is probably long enough as it is because I have to talk about my full opinions on this. And other things. So. Oh, look, there's you.
Oh, wow, it's me! Oh, I forgot I did stuff for this!
Yeah, you freaking dummy. Oh, look, there's me. And there's you again. And there's Natsuki.
Look, there's both of us.
So yes, now let us discuss. You're welcome, game. You're welcome, mod. Anyway, so yes, let me discuss. So, my god damn it, yeah, I know. Let me.
These credits are amazing.
Oh fuck, I didn't save my fucking last thing, did I? Ah shit. I think I have some. I think I still remember some of the things I wanted to talk about. Alright. So, we'll zero on this one. So yeah, we did Sayori. So, also for you, just to clarify for you people asking for Monica and Natsuki's routes, you can't do them yet actually. Pretty sure if I click it, something's gonna crash. I don't feel like doing that right now.
Don't crash the game.
Uh-oh. Well, I can't
Oh,
click.
you already broke it.
I can't click return. Nice. Anyway. Anyway, fuck it. So, let me talk about what I wanted to discuss. So, Sayori's route was pretty alright. Alright, it was alright. I didn't hate it. I definitely enjoyed, I think, Chapter 4 a little bit more. Granted, I had gripes with that. Chapter 5 of it was still pretty good. It was pretty, alright, you know. I didn't have a lot, I had some issues. I'll just talk about Sayori's route in the whole right now. So, my only issues with Sayori route, I talked about her toughening up. I already talked about that. That was an issue I talked about before. I don't feel like I need to go into more depth with that. Just feel like she should toughen up more. I already talked about Monica's actions in the mod. Didn't really agree with her in Sayori's route. They were kind of weird. Didn't really enjoy it. And we already discussed, since Sayori's depression was something I wanted to talk about. Sayori's depression in her route takes a severe backseat. And I know everyone's gonna be like, but Zero, she was kidnapped when that happened after she confessed. I know, but that doesn't mean that had to happen. Like, she didn't have to be kidnapped right there. Because, like, I feel like Sayori's depression is a gigantic afterthought in this mod. And I feel like since it shouldn't have even really been brought up. Like, you honestly could have just got rid of the cutscene of Sayori talking about how she has depression. You could have removed that. Then also removed the fact that taking her to therapy or anything. And you would never even know she had depression still. Like, she did nothing that really shows that she had depression. To the point where it feels like that scene where she confesses to you about it, meaningless.
Yeah.
Like, it felt like it was only there because, oh, Sayori has to have depression.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of my biggest issues with it. Like, you could just take it out. Like I said, half the time, you probably forget she even had it. Because, like, if she still had really bad depression, a point I wanted to make was when she was kidnapped and when she saw Monica get punched by the guy, or when she saw MC get hurt and stuff, like when she saw Zero going through all that and getting hurt, she would be like, I just want to die. I don't want to get out of this forest. I just want to kill myself. All these problems are happening because of me. Like, her depression is going to be telling her this stuff, and she's just going to want to kill herself. She thinks she's worthless. She thinks she's causing all these issues. Because when you have depression, you think it's your fault. We kind of saw a little bit of that when she was like, I'm sorry, but I feel like that's a thing anybody would do. But if they were kidnapped, they'd be like, I'm sorry, and then it'd just be like, hey, don't sweat it, you know, stuff like that. But, like, I feel like her depression didn't really do anything in her entire route.
Yeah.
It had no impact, to the point where I felt like it shouldn't have even really been included at all if not much was gonna be done with it. I'd be fine if there was just no depression Sayori. You don't have to give her depression. Granted, the only problem by not giving her depression, then she becomes not Sayori. She's just a bubbly girl at that point. She could be anybody. She's a generic character. The whole point that makes Sayori interesting is the fact that she has depression on the inside. She's not totally happy on the outside. She's dealing with her own internal problems on the inside.
Yeah.
Or basically, her entire thing is a facade. That's what makes her interesting. So it's like she just kind of feels like a bubbly girl, I guess, is my problem in Fruits. And it feels like, and since her depression isn't a big deal, it kind of feels like her depression goes away because the MC's there. Like, even Natsuki points out, she's like, before you started showing up, Sayori was really dim. Like, they're talking about how her depression was horrible, but once MC showed up, everything was peachy. Like, everything was just fine. And I'm just like, that's not good. You shouldn't use the MC. She shouldn't be using the MC as just a way. Her depression shouldn't just go away because MC loves her. Like, that's not how her depression should work. But yeah, that's really my only biggest gripe with Sayori's route, I think, is her toughening up. Yeah, I feel like she needs to be a little tougher. Monica's actions in the mod, I didn't really like. I feel like she should have been a little smarter when she went into the forest thing. I already talked about in the previous episode. I feel like she should have, you know, she would have been a little smarter, I feel. And Sayori's depression getting a gigantic backseat was really something I was not a fan of. Because, I mean, I feel like it shouldn't have even been there to begin with. But overall, good route. I liked it. It was still pretty good. Like I said, like, it wasn't terrible. I have those problems with it. I feel like it was alright. I think probably out of all the routes, it might be my least favorite one so far. I mean, granted, I haven't played all of them to completion, but I can say, before their ending, Sayori's is my least favorite. But, you know, it was still good, though. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just, it's you know? Like, it's good. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my problem with Sayori's route. If you only wanted to be here for my Sayori route notes, then you're free to leave now. Because right now I'm going to talk about some things with the Monica route. That's not done yet, but I wanted to talk about it maybe so I can give my feedback on how I feel about Monica right now and her route. Because I never really got to give this information. But like I said, if you don't care about that, and you're wondering if there's going to be any more content in this video, there's not. It's just me talking. You're free to leave right now. If you don't care, you can leave. If you're still here and you really want to hear my opinions about Monica's route so far, then hello, welcome. So, in case you forgot about Monica's route contained Monica's whole thing was that she's being confused with Zuki and stuff. My issues with her route was, one, Monica's characterization. Monica doesn't feel like Monica in her route. She feels like a damsel. Like, I think I mentioned this before where I said all the girls in the mod feel like they're just there to do something stupid so the MC can show up and seem heroic. A lot of that happens in Monica's route. Like, it feels like Monica's usefulness and her, like, smarts is taken away from her in order to make and given to the MC to make him the hero. Like, she really, like, she says lines to Sayori, like she's talking to Sayori, like, oh yeah, I'm so glad to have him. I don't know where I'd be without him, and stuff like that. And it's like, Monica, you can handle yourself to some degree. Like, she's acting like she legit can't function without MC. And, like, it feels weird. It doesn't feel like Monica. Like, I want Monica to be able to, like, stand up for herself a bit. It feels odd. It doesn't feel right. There's also the fact that I feel like Monica, also it was the whole thing where she's caught by the people in her house and they have the gun to her. My thing with that is she was kind of way too fast to just instantly start crying and thinking she was gonna die. I feel like Monica would probably be a little calmer during that. Again, I don't know. Not gonna really throw this one as a big point because, again, interpretation. They're really not gonna sit here and probably be like, because I could see it both ways. I could see her crying because maybe she thought she was gonna die, but on one hand, she would also know that these people aren't gonna kill her because they're useful. She would probably just comply because crying isn't gonna do shit. People have a gun to you. Monica would know these people are gonna fucking shoot me. I might as well just comply with them. Might as well just comply so that I don't get shot. I'm not just gonna sit here and cry. So it's like, that was basically one of my things with it. I feel like Monica just needs to be a little bit more Monica. She needs to act like she has confidence. Like, I feel like she has no confidence in that mod. And I feel like it's because there was a line where Monica talks about how she has to feign confidence. I think it's in the original game. She talks about she has to feign confidence. Is it in the original game? My Monica died. This is a straight solo me talking. I guess I'll have to think. I think it was something in the original game where she talked about feigning confidence. No, my Monica's dead because of confidence. She talked about feigning confidence, and I feel like that was taken a little. I feel like they took that message to think Monica has no confidence. Because in her route, she doesn't seem like she has any confidence in anything. While it's like Monica just, when she says that she feigns confidence, she means sometimes. Monica's still a very confident girl. She's the leader. She has to be confident. And even then, even though sometimes she has to force herself, she still is confident in herself. So it's like, I feel like I wish in her route she was a little bit more, outgoing and confident, not just sitting here hoping for someone to help her. Oh, I hope my MC is gonna show up soon. Oh, help me. Like, that's what, I don't like that. Like, I feel like Monica, also, I feel like after witnessing MC get shot, and then afterwards also being held up with a gun, I feel like Monica would be a little tougher. Again, it's something like with my thing with Sayori, but with Monica, it makes a little bit more sense. Because with Monica, you see this guy, like, okay, he almost died in front of me, basically. He died risking his life to save me. And he saved me again. I feel like I need to be a little bit more useful and stop just sitting around crying. Like, I feel like she would try to help him out more. Like, I don't think she would just, like, sit there and wait for him to do everything by himself. I feel like she would assist a little bit more, or at least try to help. Like, and she can help, is the thing. Like, I want there to be a time where MC doesn't want her to help, and then that ends up backfiring, and then she ends up helping and actually helping him out. That's one thing it seems like. This MC is very stubborn in terms of people helping him, so I think it would actually be really cool if she helped him out, because I feel like there's something you could do with that. But yeah, it's like, I don't like how she's a damsel. I feel like she needs to act a little bit more confident, and I feel like she should act like this way. That's just my opinion on how I feel like Monica should act. 2, my other problem. The whole Izuki situation. So, Izuki is, so the sprite for Izuki, the whole point of the plot for Monica's route is that she's being confused for a girl known as Izuki. The sprite for Izuki is Sayonika. It's a previous made character. It's a fusion of Sayori and Monica. Now, the problem with this is that Sayonika looks more like Sayori than she does Monica. She really doesn't look like Monica, so honestly, it's like, it's kind of hard to really, it's funny, because I have a thumbnail for their part, where they first, I think, show Izuki, and I put the resemblance, and I put them side by side. Looking at it, there's not really much resemblance. Like, maybe the eyes? Like, that's kind of it. Like, there's not much resemblance. She looks more like Sayori than she does Monica. But, again, my whole point with that is, I don't think there's anything Eagle could have done. I'm pretty sure he's only using the Sayonika sprite because he doesn't have a sprite for Julie. Fucking, what was her name? Izuki. Julie. She doesn't have a sprite for Izuki. So, I will, cross that out. Fine. Maybe she's supposed to look like Monica. I'll take it. But there is one problem I do have with their switch up. And that's the crime organization that's doing it. If this
yeah.
crime organization is supposed to be this, like, you know, this underground crime ring is supposed to be this advanced and this dangerous and this smart, how in the hell are they confusing two girls? Like,
Yeah, they should have some kind of documents, some records of both of them.
they should definitely be able. They should definitely be able to gather.
They should have realized by now that these two people are not the same person.
They really should have. If this is an underground crime ring, they should be like, oh yeah, hey, wait, we just got the file of that one girl that was with the that was with the fucking dude, the Grim Reaper. Yeah, apparently she's Monica, who goes to this high school, not Azuki, the pop idol. Like, you think they would have the fucking files and shit for that. Like, it would, and then some people are gonna be like, oh, they shot at him because they saw the MC with her. So, this gang is apparently not that smart, because if they were, this gang apparently isn't smart anymore. Because if that's the reason they're shooting Monica, and they're taking pot shots in the middle of the day, just because, oh, he's the guy who was with the girl who we've been hunting. That's probably her. They're attacking off of assumptions. And I'm like, these people don't seem that threatening anymore. They don't seem that smart. They're not that highbrow anymore. Like, these criminals seem stupid then. You can't be both smart and stupid.
Maybe they'll get kind of explained later, though.
I mean, what I'm hoping for is that me saying this makes it get explained later. Because as of right now, that's a problem. That it's like, how in the hell are they getting these things confused? It doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, like, the Zuki situation doesn't really make sense to me with that. I think those are my only problems with the Monica route, I think. Which, again, recap, Monica's personality and just the Azuki-Monica mix-up, or how smart that gang is. Those are my only problems. I just really, mostly, I think the biggest thing I'll talk about the Monica route is I don't like the interpretation of Monica that much so far. She seems way too scared and relying on other people too much, to the point where I'm like, this doesn't feel like Monica, this feels like Princess Peach.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Monica would try to help a little more, even regardless of what she has to go through.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't really have any opinions on the Sayori or Yuri routes so far. I think those are going swimmingly. Sayori, Yuri. Natsuki or Yuri routes. So far, those are going fine. I really am looking forward to Natsuki's route. I like how that's being dealt with Natsuki's father and such. And with Yuri's, I like that route so far too. I was going to say something about Yuri's route where I was like, it's kind of weird that Yuri is, you know, the tough one and is doing all this stuff compared to all the other girls when she's like the shyest one. How the hell is she, you know, staying calm throughout all this? But I like that the mod did call to this and they actually made it that she's cutting herself to kind of calm herself down and give herself a high. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. She's cutting herself, so she's doing something that pleasures her and relaxes her, so she's like, okay, I can deal with this now. Like, it's basically like Yuri's taking drugs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm fine with that. What?
She's smoking weed. She's Big Boss. She's just smoking weed.
The Phantom Cigar.
Like 11 hours a day, just smoking weed.
But anyway, yeah, while you were gone, I asked you a question, but you weren't here. Did Monica talk about feigning confidence? That was in the default game, right?
Yes.
Okay, I was just making sure. Yeah, because I was just clarifying that was.
I had to leave because there was a spider on my wall and it needed to be killed immediately.
Yeah, I had to go to war.
I had to go to war with the spider, so I had to leave.
It's okay, I know that feel. But anyway, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. The next video will not be Fruits. It will be Summer Hope, because now that we're done with Sayori's route, we are now going to switch and do Summer Hope real quick, because I got an update. So you know the drill. We gotta stop what we're doing, go to Summer Hope, and then we'll go and we'll do more Yuri. Then after Yuri, if Longer Roads is out, then we'll play that. If it's not out, then I'll just fucking finish Interview Club with recordings, even though Interview Club's still being streamed. Which, by the way, speaking of Interview Club, when those videos get uploaded, keep in mind these are probably streamed before, these are streamed actually, before Fruits came out. Because like these my upload times are gonna be weird as hell. Because like the interview club episode's already on Twitch right now. You can go watch them there. The full entire VODs are there on Twitch. But yeah, they're not cut up and uploaded into videos yet because until I finish Fruits, I didn't want to do it until I finish Fruits. So yeah, next video will be Summer Hope. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you everybody who wanted to listen to what my opinions are on this shit. I rambled for a while. I do that a lot. Just want to make sure I'm feeling all my opinions and I'm giving everyone my opinions on why. Because apparently a lot of people were confused why I gave Fruits A tier on my mod list. Even then they're saying why it isn't an S tier. So I'm giving my full opinions now on these mods. And yeah, that has been it. I guess for people who are asking, because I know for some reason someone's gonna ask this. Yes, Fruits is still A tier. I only played one route, first of all. So I don't know why. Also, second of all, I don't really know if Fruits can go into S tier from just giving me a chapter 5 for each route. Because I mean, basically 80% of the mod I've already seen. I'm only waiting for that extra 20%. So even if it's like the extra 20% is fucking amazing, it's like, it could still be A tier because of the rest, you know? But yeah, anyway, that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Zero. Peace.
I'm a chef girl at this masquerade, hiding both face and mind, free for you to draw. I'm a chef girl, what a should I be? But don't take off my mask, revealing dark.